right, we soon gonna talk about celebrating the new WWE Women's Champion, Jade Cargill. Let's tune in more and let's talk about her accomplishment at Saturday night's main event.
If you come at the king, you best not miss.
Acknowledge us.
All right, guys, we're going to talk about Jade Cargill, new WWE Women's Champion. We are talking about Jade Cargill dethroning Tiffany Stratton to become the new WWE Women's Champion at Saturday night's main event for November 1st. The storm has arrived. Jade Cargill, she dominated Tiffany Stratton in dominant fashion. She beat her, I believe, in a minute of 5 minutes and 33 seconds to be exact. She hit her with the Jaded, and she became the new WWE Women's Champion. Ended Tiffany Stratton's run at WWE Women's Champion for 302 days. Now, Jade is the second woman to hold the WWE Women's Championship for the year of 2025, as Tiffany held the championship for most of this year. We are so glad, well, at least I am. I'm glad she won a championship. Tiffany Stratton had a very underwhelming WWE Women's Championship run. But the thing about it is, we got to talk about who is going to be Jade Cargill's contenders for this championship. Who is she going to face? This is a new thing. Jade Cargill, her first singles championship. This is also, the first time ever that Jade Cargill's won a women's world championship in her career. Now, the only single championship she ever held in her whole wrestling career was the AEW TBS Championship. Of course, she was Queen of the Ring this year. She won the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship on 2 separate occasions with Bianca Belair. But other than that, we got to see how they're going to book this here, because Jade Cargill, there's really no other women on the SmackDown women's roster. It's very, very thin. They don't have that many competitors. That's the only thing that concerns me the most about Jade Cargill and her newly won WWE Women's Championship run. But at least with Jade, similar, the opposite of Tiffany Stratton that Tiffany did not have on her side, Jade Cargill is at least a heel character, so she don't have to fight that much. And she could just dominate whoever faces her. She could squash just like she did Tiffany Stratton. That will be good for that, because we know that the big story is that Jade Cargill is pretty much going to be the WWE Women's Champion, if not lead it to WrestleMania 42 in Vegas next year, at least until the Royal Rumble Elimination Chamber next year in 2026. But we got to see how they're going to book this, though. This is going to be good for Jade. I'm glad she won. I know some people are still upset that she won, but Tiffany time was over. It's been up, And at least her match with Tiffany Stratton was not like her other matches prior on SmackDown, and especially that horrendous match at SummerSlam of this year. I don't even want to talk about that match, how bad that was. But at least now that she's won the championship, and they made it real quick and, dominant fashion, we got to see how it's going to work now for Jade Cargill now that she is the WWE Women's Champion. Because the storm is here. We're going to see how she's going to run with this belt now. Because however her run is, we're going to look at her and see how they're going to do it. But Tiffany, she was no match for Jade, as she had the bum knee that Jade worked on. What's important for Jade Cargill's run is going to be important is chemistry, her opponents, and everything else. Because if she don't have the right opponents facing her, and there's no chemistry with these opponents in these matches for the women's championship, she's going to have the same similar problem that Tiffany Stratton had during the championship run. So we got to make sure that Jade Cargill has the perfect opponents. And I'm sure she will with the whole heel, her being heel now, because it was just 8 days ago she turned heel, and then she wins the championship at Salt Lake City. So this was good. It was she just demolished Tiffany. So I'm glad that happened. And we never seen Tiffany be demolished like that. We never saw that before at all. But the thing about it is, Jade Cargill, she is going to be dealing with Tiffany somewhere down the line. I will see that happen. Tiffany Stratton will be, trying to get a rematch for her WWE Women's Championship. She'll try to regain the title. I will say that she will also try to come back and win the title as maybe once, maybe two more matches, but Jay's just going to dominate her, do the whole thing. And I could even see maybe Tiffany Stratton go through a character change now she's lost the WWE Women's Championship. But Jade Cargill, as far as she goes, it was a good moment. You could tell when Jade Cargill won the championship, she was slapping the mat. You know, even though she was a heel, she was so happy that she won the championship. Celebrated with her family, friends, her husband, and her daughter. They all was happy. They was right there in the front row at Saturday night's main event in Salt Lake City, Utah. So this was a good moment for her. Good crowning moment of her career. But we got to see. We know the big money maker match is going to be, everybody's waiting for when Bianca Belair is going to get cleared, whenever that could be. That's the match that's going to be for WrestleMania. The rumor, when Bianca does get cleared return, it will be Bianca Belair challenging Jade Cargill at WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas for the WWE Women's Championship. Because we know that story is not as far from over. There's still some loose ends with Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. We got to keep that in mind too, guys. It's just been put on hold since Bianca Belair got hurt at WrestleMania 41. But we got to go through the roster here. Who are her opponents? Who's going to challenge Jade Cargill for the championship? I have to say, with the roster of the women that they have now, Raw and SmackDown, it's not that many women on the WWE SmackDown women's roster. As you can see, most of the women are on Monday Night Raw. So we going to have to see how they going to book this, because that's why everybody wants Bianca Belair to come back too, because the roster is wearing a lot thin. So how are they going to do this? I will tell you right now who her first opponent is going to be. Her first opponent, I'm going to say, is going to be Nia Jax. Unfortunately, I know we're tired of seeing Nia Jax challenging for the WWE Women's Championship and her facing Tiffany, but they're going to put her against Jade, and Jade, I can see just beating her. I know she's a heel too, but I can see that happening. Another challenger I would say they're going to put out for the WWE Women's Championship, expect Michin and B-Fab to be challengers. Now, the reason I put these two up, I know Michin and B-Fab are more geared towards the WWE Women's United States Championship picture, a mid-card title, but Jade needs somebody she could squash. Now she's a heel character, and definitely now that she's a champion. Expect these two women at separate times to go at Jade for the WWE Women's Championship and challenge her. Don't get me wrong, there will be no match for Jade Cargill. She gonna dominate them. She gonna demolish these girls, both of them. But these two will be challengers. They could be actually the first couple of challengers. You never know. But I know these two are normally in a tag team, but these two women are going to challenge Jade at some point. Or Jade just may bump into them and start some trouble with Michin and B-Fab. But I'm just saying. Now, I'm going to throw one out, a wild card in there. I know she's on a different show, Monday Night Raw. Another challenger for the WWE Women's Championship, Lyra Valkyria. Let's be honest, Lyra Valkyria and Bayley, they're not winning. Since they didn't win the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships from Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss on the most recent episode of Monday Night Raw, I don't see her and Bayley going anywhere as far as the tag team goes. Lyra Valkyria could be thrown in there to challenge Jade Cargill, because Lyra is a solid competitor. Let's go through some other challengers. Speaking of which, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, both of these women I could very well see being challengers for Jade Cargill's WWE Women's Championship. I'm going to say it right now. I do not see Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss holding the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships much longer. Now, let's go over separately of these women. First woman I do see challenging for it, I could see Alexa Bliss going for the championship, because let's be honest, Alexa Bliss got a big pop this year at the Royal Rumble, and she could be one to challenge Jade Cargill. Now, after Jay runs through Alexa Bliss, another money-making match I can see is Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair and Jade Cargill both had stare downs across one another at separate times when Jade first arrived in WWE and most recently. So I can see Charlotte Flair challenging her for that belt. Now, those are the only challenges that I do see for Jade Cargill right now. And, of course, Bianca Belair is the big one. The reason I didn't really go in more to Bianca Belair, because we don't know when she's going to get cleared. But that will be the end game as far as the matches go. It will be Bianca Belair. I do see that happening. But we're going to see how they're going to book Jade Cargill, her WWE Women's Championship run. Other than that, guys, that's really all I have for Jade Cargill, new WWE Women's Champion. The Storm has arrived. Check out the video below. And until then, guys, you already know what it is at this point. It's OUT.